On my website, makeyourownmolds.com, we have kits where you can choose the type of glass that you want to make. And with that glass, you get the exact amount of CopyFlex and safety clay and all the things you need, including the tubes. But what I want to talk about is that you may find yourself in a situation where you want to make a mold of a glass of your own choosing, or maybe your customer has something that they want duplicated. And so what you have to do is you have to calculate, well, how much of these materials do I need? And I want to show you a really cool way of being able to do that. So let's say that this is a customer supplied glass that we're going to have to duplicate. Okay, so the question is, how much CopyFlex do I need in order to make a good mold around this glass? Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to measure how wide this glass is. And normally, you might think that a measurement across the top is going to be the widest area, but actually a glass has a belly to it, and so we're going to measure at the widest point, which is going to be right across here. And so when I'm measuring, I'm getting a little over 3 inches in diameter. Now if you go to the website at makeyourownmolds.com and look at the 2-bits, you'll see that we have a 3 3/4 diameter 2-bit, okay, that you can use as a mold box, for appropriately sized objects. All right, so the rule of thumb is that you want to add a minimum of 1/2 inch to the diameter that you determine from your glass. So we're a little over, let's say we're at 3 1/4 inches in diameter for this glass, and if we add a 1/2 inch, we're at 3 3/4 inches. Well, the closest 2-bit that I have to that is exactly 3 3/4. So you know that you're going to order this in order to make a mold of this glass, which is fine. The trouble is that you don't have the 2-bit, okay? So it's very easy just to get some construction paper, or some poster board actually, and make a tube that is the appropriate size for your project. You're going to just tape it so it has a 3 3/4 inch diameter, and you're going to make it taller by 1 inch or 2 than the glass that you want to duplicate. Now, here's the trick. Here's how you just determine how much of the CopyFlex that you need. First of all, take any bowl. It doesn't have to be clear. I have everything clear so that you can see what's going on. And take your glass, put it upside down, because that's the way we're going to mold the glass. And then you would put your homemade 2-bit, okay, over it. Now, I don't recommend you use this for silicone. It's not strong enough. It's very thin. Look at the difference between these two pieces. A 2-bit is very, very strong and much more suitable for mold making. But anyway, for what we're going to do today, we can definitely use our homemade 2-bit, okay? Now, instead of using a solid colored one, I've made the same size out of vinyl so that you can see what's going on. All I want you to do is I want you to take some dry rice and go ahead and fill your 2-bit, okay? What's going to happen is that this rice is just going to fill around your glassware. Now, you know what? When you're halfway, okay, just kind of get this thing round and get your glass centered. And then go ahead and continue to pour. Now, we want to pour a 1/2 inch higher than the wine glass. Okay? All right. What we're getting here is a volume measurement. This is not weight. We're finding out what the volume of material we need around this glass to make a mold, okay? So once you've done this, simply remove your homemade tube bit and remove your glass. And now you have the volume of CopyFlex that you need. But we sell the CopyFlex by the pound. So what I want you to do is let's find out exactly how much rice we have here. So I'm going to take this rice and I'm just going to put it back into a measure. Now you can use lentils, popcorn. It doesn't really matter. I just like to use something that's dry, doesn't make a mess, and is easy to handle. All right. Okay, so I'm hoping the camera picks this up, but as you can see, we have 25 volume ounces, liquid ounces, or volume ounces of dry rice, okay? So here's the magic formula. For every 12 ounces of volume, that equals 1 pound in weight of CopyFlex. So if you have 12 ounces of volume, that equals 1 pound of CopyFlex. In this instance, we have 24 volume ounces of dry rice. That means for this project, you're going to need 2 pounds of CopyFlex. So that is the critical material that you need. You've also determined the size of the tube bit that you need also, which is 3 3/4. And then you would buy some safety clay, sealed it, and anchored it. And you can make a mold around just about any glassware you can find. If you use this method, you'll know what you need, and then you can just order them and go ahead and make a mold just like I've shown you on this film.